Hello, it's Nemo here at Camp Foster, and today we are going to make hobos. Normally you would make this over a fire, so your first step would be to build a fire, but it's a little wet and muddy at camp. So today we are going to make our hobos in the oven. So the next thing you should do is go wash your hands. I've already done that. And then you want to make sure that you have all of your ingredients that you need. So what I have today is a potato that I will cut. I have some frozen pre-cooked beef patty, and so like a hamburger patty, that's what works really well, and then any type of frozen vegetables that you have. And so I had some broccoli, some green beans, carrots, corn, kind of whatever you like. You can kind of make whatever you want in your hobo. And then you need cheese, butter, and then Lowry seasoning salt. So the first thing that you will do is you will cut up your whole potato. And so when you're cutting your potato, you want to make sure that your pieces are really thin, because when you're cooking it, the longer or the bigger your potatoes are, the longer it'll take to cook. And so if you are doing it in your oven, you will want to preheat your oven to about 375 degrees. So maybe ask a parent to help you with that, and go ahead and get your oven preheated as well. Cut this. I have made hobos before too, with just like hash browns that you have in your freezer. So if maybe you can't use a knife or you don't feel like actually cutting up a potato, you can go ahead and use hash browns, and then it cooks a lot faster too. So it doesn't really matter what your potatoes look like, just as long as they're pretty thin and in smaller pieces. That way you can cook it all up. All right, so I have part of my potato done. I usually don't eat a full potato, so I'll only do half, but you can do your whole thing if you want. So then your next step is you will need some butter. And so I have a stick of butter, but you can use kind of any kind, and you want to put it on your foil. And so I always put mine at the bottom. You can rub it around if you want, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. And then you kind of just get to play and start piling your stuff on your tin foil. So I normally lay out all of my potatoes. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. That's kind of the beauty of it. So I have all my potatoes, and then I'll put some of my vegetables on. And then some of my hamburger patty. It helps if you cut up your hamburger patty, so that way it's easier to cook instead of one just patty on top. So you'll do that. And then what I normally do, I put one slice of cheese on before I cook it. Oh, our oven's done. I put one slice of cheese on before I cook it, and then when I'm done, I put another piece of cheese on, and then it melts, and then you have double the cheese. So we just have American cheese, but you can do whatever you want. You could use shredded cheese, kind of get creative. So you put some cheese on there, and then you put some Lowry seasoning salt on there as well. So once you have it all done, the next, almost most important part is how you're going to wrap up your hobo. If you're doing it on a fire, you want to make sure that it's as flat as possible, because you put it right in the fire, right on the hot coals. And so the flatter it is, the easier it is for it to bake all the way through. But so I normally bring one side over like this, and the other side, and then I like to roll mine up. So that way, once it starts to get hot, nothing can escape or fall out. If you are making hobos with your whole family, it's smart to write everyone's name on there, just so you remember whose is whose, and so you don't get the wrong hobo at the end. And so then, once it's all done, you'll go ahead and put it in your oven, and then you are all set. So we'll go ahead and we'll put mine in. We're up at the Leadership Lodge today using the oven. And so you'll just place it in there. Be careful. Sometimes get a parent's help. That's easier. And then let it cook for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then you're all set. I hope you guys have a good day.